Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I dey vex so.
Safari.
On the doors. Free yourself. Free yourself. I dey vex. Free yourself. I dey vex. Some they call me pagan. Then they say I be Satan. Cause I believe I be winner. Stop calling me a sinner. If you truly believe in the church, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, me I don't want to know. If you believe in the pastors, as I don't want to know. If you believe in the imam, me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Oh lo. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Go. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself from mental slavery. Listen now.
I don't know what happened. Are you two people there? Because it's looking like it's only Facebook people that are there. Is YouTube up? Oh, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Something is wrong. If YouTube people are not here, something is wrong. I gotta figure that out. YouTube people, are you there? Say something if you're there. Let me check by myself. How are you people? Facebook full 10 up tonight. Full 10 up tonight. YouTube people. What's happening? YouTube is coming up. Okay, let's wait for them. They're gonna join us. YouTube is turning up. But I'm so sorry, unfortunately, people. This YouTube is turning up. But I'm sorry. It's gonna be a very short. It's gonna be a very short broadcast. You know what? There is no electricity, and I'm told it's going to be a national bullshit. I mean, the cost of electricity is going to be national. The reason is simple. I saw just tonight this information. IBEDC says, "Dear esteemed customer, the National Union of Electricity Employees today 11th December 2019 commenced an industrial action. Subsequently, the action has led to a nationwide shutdown of electricity installation and has resulted in the disruption of services across our networks. We sincerely apologize for all inconveniences, our esteemed customers. Power will be restored immediately the strike is called off. Thank you for continuous support and understanding. Signed, their management." All right, so thank you people, thank you everybody, welcome. So let's quickly get down to, because there's no electricity, I'm managing little battery powers I got here. So let's get down to the business. The topic we're talking about Sowore. I mentioned it before. For those of you that remember or know how to commit important information to heart, I said that AD is catching them. Do you know what they call AD? What is AD in English language? AD, like something, there's hypnotism in the hair, like something is hypnotizing them, right? AD Timuo, and it's going to catch all of them. Now, Sowore's AD is on one side. I said of Sowore, then colon. And now come to Punch editorial. See, people, these are times we should stand by those that are speaking up for the masses. See, Punch newspaper is already leading the way for the mainstream media in Nigeria, and it's very important that we give kudos. Punch, I don't want to mention your name, guys. I don't want to mention your names, guys. You rock. I mean, you rock. You don't begin infest other media houses to prick their conscience. Say, if you see, these are times where you cannot be neutral. These are times where everybody has got to take position. It's either you're on the side of the masses who are being oppressed, or you're on the side of the dictator or oppressor. Either of the two. You cannot be between. It's impossible. Because the reason is simple. Keeping quiet gives more power to the oppressor. Being neutral gives power to the oppressor. And I also tell you that the intellectually neutral people in this country are the reason Nigeria is still where it is today. The intellectually neutral people who are intellectuals but are neutral, they are the reasons Nigeria is where it is today. Intellectuals have got to take a stand. Otherwise, democracy has a problem. And the problem of democracy is that if there are too many fools or illiterates in your country, those illiterates, as far as they are more in number, will continue to make decisions for who governs you. They will be the ones who determine who wins your elections and governs you, without any equivocation. In other words, Nigeria is an example of countries that have too many illiterates or illiterate persons. By implication, you can't escape it. You're going to have too many people who... Sorry, gotta close something quickly now. By implication, you're going to have too many people who are voting to decide how a tout or somebody who only possesses affidavit of NEPA will be the one to govern you. That is the implication of what we are saying in a democracy. Democracy only works well for countries that have educated people as their largest majority or their majority of their populace. But if the majority of the persons in your populace are illiterate, you will have problem. Because it is going to be the illiterates that are going to be deciding for you who governs you. And that is why Nigeria is where it is today. As a result, the intellectually mobile people in the country must not be neutral. If the intellectuals in the country are neutral, there will be problem. And the problem is that you are empowering the oppressor, the illiterate oppressor more to continue to oppress the oppressed people or the voiceless masses. That's the situation. So the role Punch played today by that editorial is very symbolic. Standing in for the voiceless people or the voiceless people who are otherwise intellectually immobile and cannot think for themselves or reason for themselves. That is why those that know what to think or say must rise up and speak for those that do not know what to say, or know what to say but don't know how to say it, or do not even have a choice. But whatever comes, like some people will say aboki, gonya. No, there's a phrase they use. They say, you be aboki now. They now follow it with certain phrase. I remember it. Anything that comes, they just take it. Alright? So as a result, people that are intellectually sound and mobile cannot afford to be neutral. You must speak on behalf of those majority who are voiceless or who don't know what to think or say, because when those people go on rampage, they will not spare you. They will not know the difference between you and the elites ruling them. No, you the elites and the other ones, idiots that are ruling them. They will not know the difference. Which is why I am in full support of that Punch editorial today. That Punch was not just about Punch newspaper. It's an uppercut. It's a punch saying, Oga General, wake up. People believed in you and vested their votes, trust and belief in you in 2015. But you came in and messed up. So what is the difference between Buhari and the Jonathan we kicked out? Why was Jonathan kicked out? Why did people say they don't want Jonathan again? Was it not because they were tired of what they saw? It's because they were tired of bullshit. They were looking for alternative. Unfortunately, while they were looking for solution, they found a bigger problem in this general. But anyways, I'll come back to that because I don't really have too much time to spend on this broadcast. There's no electricity. All the power distribution zones and networks in the country have shut down. So there's no electricity. That's another unfortunate thing. I told you it's a D, and it has exponential and spiral effects from one sector to the other. All of them are going to crumble because this government has no vision, no idea. Everybody, every sector, every industry is shutting down. I digressed. I come back to, after Mobile Punch, if you look at the title of, or topic or subject of this broadcast again, I mentioned Aisha Buhari versus Garba Shehu versus Femi Adesina. Aisha Buhari came up today to say the decisions being made in this regime, because it's no longer an administration and everybody can already confirm that, the decisions being made in this regime are without the consent of her husband. Number one question is, why is the husband himself not talking? Who was the person supposedly voted? People did not vote. The name of the wife was not on the ballot during the election. It was the name of Buhari himself that was on the ballot. So let us assume that Buhari was validly elected. Why is the Buhari not the person in charge of power? And why is Buhari not complaining or firing anybody for speaking on his behalf without his consent? Or making decisions, critical decisions of appointments on his behalf without his decision? And then the wife went ahead to accuse Garba Shehu of passing his boundary. That simply means that Garba Shehu is in cahoots with the so-called cabal in Aso Rock and are making decisions for the man who hitherto has been proven to be mentally unaware or lifeless so far. So Garba Shehu is taking advantage of that, and none of these people are making decisions that even the so-called Buhari himself, if it is truly Buhari, because it's beginning to look like there's something happened somewhere. And this is not the Buhari everybody had been talking about of the 1983 or 84. This one is not aware of anything. And the wife is the one that is angry. Sorry, the wife, the same hypocritical woman who came out to say she supports anti-social media bill or hate speech bill, the same woman came out to make something that will qualify for hate speech by herself, by saying that the husband is not in charge and is not even aware or is not even consulted before those decisions of appointments are made on behalf of that husband. Something is wrong. Is that the husband truly? Or is there something Aisha knows that she's not telling us? That's hypocrisy. She just committed hate speech offense by herself if that bill had been passed to law. And whereas she was in support of that bill initially. But I leave Aisha Buhari to come to Garba Shehu. Aisha Buhari versus Garba Shehu. Garba Shehu, before I come to that, let me quickly mention Femi Adesina. Today, after Punch editorial piece came out. Femi Adesina came out to say, well, he was trying to water down the effect of that editorial piece by saying, Pepe said, you will still not be wrong to call the general by his title that he was initially known by. If after all he was a successful general, blah 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 blah, all that blah 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 shit. That thing did not sell. And I've said it before. Anytime you have somebody who is looking overfed and at the same time looking emaciated, go and look at the pictures. I'm not mentioning name, but anytime you see anybody that looks overfed and at the same time looks emaciated, it's a conundrum. That's a confusion in just one psychological body, and it reflects in their biological or physiological appearances. That's a confusion, and I recommend that you should go and get, first of all, you go and hit the gym. Second, get psychotherapy or therapeutical help. Then third, you should reconcile with his village people, because he's no longer looking natural. He's looking overfed, at the same time he's looking emaciated. Something is wrong. I'm not mentioning name, but if you know anybody that looks like that, advise them. The reality remains that somebody came out to say only 100,000 people are complaining about somebody that was illegally detained. Sorry, for the enforcement of somebody's fundamental human rights, how many thousands or millions of people do you need for a citizen's right to be recognized? Who needs 100 million people? Who needs 100 million people to enforce the right of just one citizen? Is that what we're going to be spending all our lives or years on? For millions of people to be rising every day just to enforce one person's right, in an age where China has gone far ahead, in an age where South Korea, where Koreans and Japans, all of them have gone far ahead in technology, computer programming. Dubai has gone far ahead in tourism and building structures. We will be busy trying to enforce fundamental right of one person to be collecting signature for 100 million people to rise up for one person in 2019. Femi Adesina, you know well. Allah, you know well. But I leave you. I come to Garba Shehu. Garba Shehu then came up to say, Pepe said, even though Femi Adesina already said you are free to continue to use that general as freedom of expression, but please don't do it. It is wrong. You don't have the right to change the general's title to general. Wetin e be before? No, wetin e be? No be general. Person we don't give a damn about human rights. We don't already suspend constitution and everything. Wetin e be? That person no be general, no be dictator general. Punch is even trying to be economical. Excuse me, you never see any shit. That's why go hawk all of you. You no go fit stay there. You no go fit. You don't carry the wrong. That show you na carry so. Na wrong person you carry. Make na just go no. You carry wrong person. And you're not gonna get away with it. That's just the fact. You're not gonna get away with it. You won't get away with it. You carry wrong person. And let me even say this. I heard from that particular Friday, that same day that the court was invaded by those strange guys, I heard that those guys that were masked are former Boko Haram members who are being released from detention and are being incorporated into the Nigerian army, the Nigerian police force, and the secret service for the president, because the president so much loves the Boko Haram and is their financier. We heard so, and he has not pretended about it, because they are now they are not even trying Boko Haram terrorists anymore in any courts. They are not doing that again. They are not doing it again. They are not trying. They are not trying any Boko Haram terrorists in court anymore. The only thing they are busy doing currently as we speak As we speak right now, the only thing they are doing is to be releasing those that have been detained already in the past before this administration came to power. They are now putting them in different positions and masking them so that nobody recognizes them. Imagine one of them pull the trigger, and these guys, they only hear go, they don't hear come. Imagine one of them after they pull the trigger, imagine they eventually shot that day. Is this what we'll be saying by now? So what are we saying? Guys, there's no point trying to hide what's under tongues anymore. This country is already not working, it has already failed. Let's not pretend about anything anymore. This unity is false and fake. This is the 1914 amalgamation is marriage of inconvenience. We were only waiting for the right time to say it. Everybody already knows that. It's marriage of inconvenience. And every marriage right also has, the window for divorce. If it is not working for everybody, we just go our separate ways. The reality remains that at this point, this is not where we should be. This is not where we should be at this time. At this present result, this present time, this present moment, we should be busy out competing Dubai in buildings and structure. We have so many layabout graduates of engineering and building. We have so many layabout graduates of computer, software programming, development and all that. By now we should have outcompeted Dubai in tourism by building skyscrapers that will outcompete those of Dubai, because we learned that those that are building it for those tourist countries are most of them are Nigerians. But because there's no structural opportunity back home, even the president himself is going to London to treat air infection. I digressed. I move on to number 2 point. We should have by now outcompete China in creating software engineers, developing software and programmable devices, computers, and handsets, Android, even developing our home program that would push out Apple of our market. But we are not doing that because we have people analogically, analogous and backward and antiquated. By now, Korea, America, and all of them, they should not be able to stand up to us because of what we would have been able to build. But because we still have backward leaders who cannot even think about present yet, let alone of future, we are still grappling with trying to get to respect fundamental human rights. In 2019, go to 2020, Vision 2020, we are still grappling with understanding human rights. See where we are. We are still trying to understand human rights and get it to be respected. Human rights. When are we going to ever move to technology? When are we going to ever move to tourism? When are we ever going to start competing with those that we started together, like the Malaysians, the Singaporeans, and the rest of them? When are we ever going to start? When are we going to stop going to print our money abroad? When are we going to push Switzerland backward and move forward? And you call yourself giant of Africa? When are we ever going to start doing what we should be doing? When are we going to ever be in our own rightful position? In 2020, we are still fighting about respecting basic human rights. We went back to 1984 when others are already ahead in 2030. Some people are already projecting what they want to do in 2030. Nigeria is still busy with recognizing or acknowledging fundamental rights as of 1984. I don't know what I do, God. We make and put me for this kind of country. I don't know. And you will still see people defending the hogwash, You will see many people defending the stupidity that we have right now. You still see them. They'll be defending it. But I believe say God supposed to know by default. Say some people no deserve some things. God supposed to know. For instance, God supposed to measure our brain to know say this one no suppose dey Nigeria now. Put am for this country. Make am follow dey Nigeria. Yeah, you see, they have started attacking my network. They have started. They don't attack my network. I don't see them. Yeah, see, they don't attack my network. The thing don't they drop. If I not talk am today, I go find and talk am tomorrow or another time. But this matter, we go talk am. But before I X, make I tell you, the reality be say all of them wey dey support bad bullshit. Injustice is a pendulum. If it swings forward and you defend it, it's definitely that backward. You know what? That shit called injustice has no respect for political party. It will come for you too. The reality remains that when you defend injustice today, you have laid the foundation for its justification already when it's against you tomorrow. So when injustice is against you tomorrow, you defended it before, so you have laid the foundation for it. I'm going to leave it at that point and move on to say until tomorrow. The network, they've started attacking it, so I'm going to leave them at this point and get out of the way. But I've already said what I have to say. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Oyibo come deceive us. Then come bring their Jesus. Even the story about Jacob.
My ancestors make you save us.
My people make gonna wake up. Wake up. If you truly believe in the church, as I don't want to know. If you really believe in the mosque, me I don't want to know.
If you really believe in the Bible, I don't want to know. And if you really believe in Quran,
me I don't want to know. Make you shine your eyes, and free yourself. Oh, lo, lo, lo. Make you shine your eyes.